0. We're actually going to put this to the side. I gave you a 1-page sheet. Put this in front of you, please. Put your diagram to the side. Ignore it for now. I'll get you this. Before we dive into today's pattern, which is about women, we're going to talk about the Black Death. Yesterday you read about the Black Death and how disease severely impacted many different societies and what those impacts were. We didn't get a chance to talk about this poem, so we're going to do it today. Here are your directions for the next 3 minutes. You will annotate the poem just as you do in literature. So you will go line by line, try to translate what the Empress is saying and what Death is saying back to her. Alright, annotate those in the margins. Then, if you have time, write me 1 sentence to answer the discussion question when referring to this poem. Alright? You have 3 minutes, silently and independently, to annotate. Go ahead. Yes.
And Death is talking.
Yes.
Like,
It's not a real thing.
like he's using, okay, so like Death is like using.
Think of it like a play. Right? They're using it to represent what happened during the Black Death. Okay. So Death, he represents the plague. And the plague coming to kill a lot of people.
So that really happened. Like, she really like talked to Death to say,
Yes.
you're not coming for me, and then like it killed her. Basically.
Yeah, so when she says, you, she's referring to Death. She's saying Death is coming for me. You are halfway through your time. It's like assuming. If you're presumptuous, you are assuming something's bad. So Death was saying, you, the Empress, have forgotten me, Death. So meaning the Empress has forgotten that Death could come for her. Okay. What was the Empress saying? I thought I was healing, I thought I had enough power, therefore what? And then here, Empress, I think you have forgotten me. You must participate in this play. Everyone else. Alright, those are the most important things. Please take 1 minute to share with your partner what you annotated and discuss the discussion question. Be ready to share. Go. Please, I'm pleading with you.
It says believers believe that like because they're rich, they're wealthy, it's immune to everything. So they thought because they're rich, they wouldn't get affected by the Black Death, but like Death is like coming, like Death is like right at the door, and then Death is like that the Emperor forgotten her because she's wealthy, but that they're still gonna get her because she is affected by the Black Death.
Like you thought I forgot about you, Like, so he was basically saving her for last, but like she was thinking that she was gonna get killed, but that really wasn't. He didn't forget about her.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're silent. And 3, 2, 1. We're going to discuss a hands-down discussion. My first question is just what is the Empress saying and what is Death saying back to her? Let's try to figure out some of this. When you participate, make sure you're referring to specific lines in the text. And then anything I annotate, I expect you to annotate as well. Okay? I'll let you know when we can move on to the discussion question. So, 5 minutes. I need someone to start. Chrisanne, 5 minutes, go.
Okay, so I think that the Empress is saying that, like, I think she's being, okay, so I wasn't sure what she was saying, but in the last line, I know that she's pleading for the death not to kill her because Miss Santos told me that implore means to plead. And Death is saying that it doesn't care, who you are, no matter your social class, because the Empress is saying, like, she's higher on the class, so Death wouldn't try to kill her, but Death is saying, like, it's going to kill everyone no matter what social class you are in.
I agree with Chrisanne because, like, and I think, like, the fourth line, she said, after all, I am young and also an Empress. So she's saying, like, she's confused that he would want to, like, take her because she's innocent and has power. So, like, she's confused on, like, why he wants to take her. And then he's just saying, like, that she has to participate in the play or, like, everybody dying because he's gonna kill everybody. It's not because you have power, then he's not gonna take you.
I think that Black Death impacted the post-classical era badly because it had the Empress feeling delusional about death because in the beginning of the poem she said, "I know death needs me." And she basically said that's what's meant for me to die. That's what's meant for me.
Make sure we're annotating. If I'm annotating, you're annotating. Hands down.
Oh, I was gonna say in that line where it says you must participate in the play, maybe like Death is saying like this is all a performance and like it's a tragedy and it's like because you know some plays they're about like tragedies and like so I think it's saying that you have to fall in line with like the rest of the cast or the people within the empire and you have to die as well.
I though had a lot of power, I had not though. She basically saying that the Empress has a lot of power, but that's what's more powerful than the Empress.
What does Rashawn mean when he says that? The Empress has power, but Death is more powerful. What does that highlight about the Black Plague?
I believe it highlights that, say like nothing could stop it. You can't like put it down there.
I believe it highlights like, no matter how powerful you are, like at the end of the day, everybody has to die. So like, her saying that she has a lot of power and thinking that Death couldn't come to her because she was Empress, and Death just proving her wrong shows like I guess the harsh reality of life.
So let's move to this discussion question. I think our annotations look pretty good. For the discussion question box, you're going to write everything that I write down, okay? How did the Black Death impact society? With specific reference to this poem. Still hands down.
I said the Black Death impacted society in the post-classical era because it has the most powerful people feeling delusional about death.
One more time, one more.
Black Death impacted society because it had the most powerful people feeling delusional about death. I know.
You gotta refer to the poem.
I said black plague impacted society because like that said like everybody like was gonna die. So like going from like leaders to parents to children to workers. So the leaders part, government will break down or whatever like formal rule they had. Parents like leave kids behind, and children will make the parents depressed. So nobody will want to do anything. And workers, there will be nobody to fill in jobs. So everything would like be crazy and chaos.
I think the Pope shows how like in Western Europe, the Pope people went to the popes and the priests thinking that the popes and priests would be like I guess immune from it because they were in power and they were like God's messengers. But the harsh reality was that the popes and the priests died as well.
You say that last part again. That was really important.
I said the harsh reality was that the Pope and the priests died as well, just like everybody else.
Great. Religious leaders die as well. Okay. Make sure you've got this written down. You're now going to have a few minutes to synthesize your thoughts. I'll leave this up. You have an art of the sentence on the back. I will give you 4 minutes. In these 4 minutes, you are to write a 1 to 2 sentence response answering the discussion question using our notes. Make sure you refer to the poem. 4 minutes, go ahead. Yeah, that's it.